Hey guys, it's Grimreaper coming at you for another video for Raidshadowlegends. Hopefully doing well, and hopefully you're looking after yourselves and having a great start to the week. We're back on my account and we're going to be looking at an underrated champion that I figured out that works for my account. I'm going to go through all the whole run and everything. Called drop timestamps below. It is another Chimera video, but this is going to be on my account, and it's going to be super key because I think a lot of this champion, a lot of people have these champions and be sleeping on his champions. So let's get into it then. We're going to do a full breakdown and everything as well. This is a manual team, but it can work on auto as well. So let's get into it. Okay, so this is going to be my champion. It's going to be RAKKA. Now, the reason why I'm bringing RAKKA into my teams is a few reasons. I don't actually have a either, and it's kind of an interesting one. But I was on break during her guaranteed. I was on break guaranteed. I would have probably used her, to be honest, because I probably would have got her. Back then, I was a cracker and always picking up all the guaranteed. Anyway, so why did I use RAKKA? There's a few reasons why. I tried using Dutches. It was slow and clunky. I didn't get that many trials. I think I only got like 2 or 3 trials. So I was trying out other options for this, and I basically kept the key because we got small trials, which is pretty nice. I will put that down in the timestamps with the trials. Now, RAKKA is super important. I find her in a lot of people's accounts, normally in a vault, right? Because a kit's a bit backwards. She has a really good kit, but it's just a bit backwards. And just avoid legendary. I'm working on the free-to-play team. I'm hoping that'll drop in the next few days for a nightmare team. So I still got 1 key to go. So there's still a lot of testing and stuff to do. Anyway, so having a look at this, let's go through a kit then. She attacks 1 enemy, heals the ally with the lowest HP by 10% of this max champion's HP. So it's really important to kind of have this booked out. And it's super nice. Like, heal is required for this boss, and whatever heal you can get, it's definitely useful, especially for our nukers. And then for this one, it will remove all buffs from all enemies, then places an increased attack and shield buff equivalent to this champion's max HP as well. So this is super nice. This is on a 3-turn cooldown. The only downside of the block buffs is not on this ability. If the block buffs were on this ability, I guarantee you she would be way more used for this. So it's a bit of a shame, but it's a hey ho. So she has a revival death with a 50% max HP and turn meter as well. Then places block buffs on them. All allies with 2 turns will place block buffs if there's no ally dead. This is on a 4-turn cooldown. This is one of the reasons why I actually mangled it, because it's just really a bit inconsistent, if I'm honest. So my recommendation is to switch this off auto, and I will show you the presets set up to make this work on auto. Then at the start of each turn, fills the turn meters are all allied by 10%, so giving you a little bit of turn meter. If this was 20%, again, she would be probably on Sifi's level. Honestly, for Arena, if the A2 and A3 was a bit better, she would definitely be on Sifi's level, maybe just behind Sifi, because Sifi's got fewer things going on as well. At the start of each turn, places a continuous heal buff on the ally with the lowest HP for 2 turns. Will not place a continuous heal on his champion. This is on a 2-turn cooldown. Again, this is super nice. She has really good base stats, like good base speed. HP is a bit low, and defense a bit low, but everything else is super fine. And then she has a speed in all battles by 90%. So again, speed being really important for this comp. Speed in all battles is super nice. Base resistance of 40 as well, which is okay. We didn't build any resistance for her, so it's one of the ones. Now, when you're talking about book uses, she only needs 5, 9, 10. So the books are not too many. It's pretty average. If you don't want to book out as A1, you could definitely do this. If you don't want to book out the passive, you just book her before you ascend her, and you'll save 1 book there. But personally, I think the passive is worth booking, just to get a cooldown and etc. So yeah, an interesting kit, and we made it work for sure. So let's go into the team then. Let's showcase the team for you guys. So this is the team that we're running. Obviously, the Eva is in there. We have Rio in here for the debuffs and the cleansers and heals. And then we have Negmafar in here as well. He's in a hex set because without Lydia, they didn't really need a toxic set in here. We've got the defense down, the attack down from Negmafar. We've also got increased speed, decreased speed. leech as well, which is really useful. And then we got 2 enemy max HP nukas here. G-nuts A2 has been switched off throughout this whole run. Didn't even build him with any accuracy, we just went pure damage on him. And then obviously we've got our accuracy etc on Marius, because we still wanted to strip, so he's going to be in an interesting set as well. You'll be interested to see these are rebuilt for this. So we're just going to play this run. I'm not going to play this run all the way through. I'm just going to go over the trials and kind of just show you where we did the first trial. So I did a trial on the RAM form, which was super nice. So I was able to do a trial with the RAM form, because if you put so many debuffs on him, you'll do the trial level 2, which is doable with Rio. But you need to be under increased accuracy debuff, which is a bit annoying. So I think it's 7 or more, and then you'll see. Oops, sorry. Let me go back to that. You'll see we do that in a second. Where is it? Yeah. So you'll see here that we did the first one here, which was basically under 7 debuffs or more, which was super nice. You'll see that she will place the debuffs here. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 7 with the brimstone. It does help. You can maybe even go toxic set if you wanted to get this trial, if you have her, and maybe miss out on a protection set. It could be an interesting way to go as well. And then you see there we just get killed from Necrophar, but that's how we got one of our trials, right? And then we was able to get 2 of our trials on the lion form, which lion form is probably easiest to get the trials, if we're honest, just by getting an enemy max HP. So one of the reasons why I did this run throughout auto is from Mangol is because I noticed that Rio was doing her defense down and stuff at other times, and then Marius and Gina were doing their big smacks when there was no defense down and weaken, and you lose incredible amount of damage. I'm doing 3 million per Gina smack with that, with them 2 debuffs, but no dem debuffs. I'm not even doing 500,000 a smack, so you lose a lot of damage. So honestly, it is worth holding your abilities until you have that, so you can try and get trials in as well. So you'll see here, we'll smack these pretty nicely, and then we'll get our trials in a second. Marius does die a little bit to this. I'm hoping to get some healing relics or something into him. And then you'll see there that Marius has got the abilities in, so which was pretty nice as well. And then we got one more on the Viper stage, which was a bit of an interesting one. This was the hardest one because we didn't have block tactic skills, so I had to face these weird buffs, which you can only remove if you revive, if I'm not mistaken. But the first revive is blocked on this form, and you can see there like 300k each. Wasn't a lot of damage because we've got no debuffs out. I should just hold it like I say now. So next week will be a bit more damage when I hold the abilities. This will work like so. And then you'll see here, we'll get the trials in shortly. And then I'm being careful because I've died to his form already and just trying to make this work. Obviously, Marius is good for getting these debuffs off you. And I think this is going to be trial number 4, maybe. I did trial number 4 come a bit later on. It definitely was against the Viper stage, I remember. You can see there, we nearly died. It's really, really rough. That heal reduction really hurts. But the shields really do actually help from RAKKA. Like, the shields are quite fairly okay. Not massive, but they're big enough, right? So you'll see here, RAKKA just puts up the shields. Just enough. Okay, so I think the debuffs comes in here. No, it's the next form, I think. Hold on, where is it? I think it comes on this one, if I'm not mistaken. Here we go. So we got the poison sensitivity, and then we're working on this like so. We're gonna heal, And then we should get it in a second. I did much better on this stage. You see that I hold it off, didn't do the nuke. Just save the nuke. We'll save the nuke here as well. And then we do the defense down and weaken. And then we're going to do the smackaroos in a second. So we'll put the block buff so he doesn't do his shenanigans against me. And there is basically just under 3 million there. And then hopefully, you can see there, I do around about 2.8 or something there. I did think it was coming in against this form, but maybe I was mistaken. Maybe I was mistaken. I really thought it was against this form. Flashing. Come on. Where did we get the fourth one from then? Ah, there we are. So it was something that set off here. We'll have to play a closer detail to this. But we did get one against the Viper form. Oh, it might be this nuke here. Yes, it was that nuke there. So it took 2 nukes from Arius, 1 from Gina to basically get our trial there. And that's all 4 trials. Anyway, I'm going to let us play through now. Enjoy the music. You can go ahead, skip this, and I'll see you towards the end of this so we can go over the builds and I'll point out some pointers for that. Hopefully that wasn't too long and painful. Right, okay, so I thought it'd only be fitting to start with RAKKA first. So RAKKA is obviously going to bring the speed aura, which is going to increase our speed aura for the whole team, and it only strengthens the team by 7.5. Obviously, it doesn't weaken theirs because I don't have one, but 7.5 is around about 7 speed for everyone. It's small, but it probably makes sense to do it. I don't think cruelty or anything like that really makes sense. Right now, we've got no relic on there either, and then masteries are just mainly like arena masteries. I think we might change this next week to War Master and see if we can just get like a little bit more damage. We're in a 9-piece protection as well, so we are trying to get some survivability as much as possible. Obviously, we want a lot of HP, much defense and speed as possible. These 3 stats are probably the most important 3 stats on her, if I'm being honest. So that's one thing to kind of take into consideration. Another situation as well is we got Marius again coming in their 6-piece Slayer set. Again, I might try and improve these stats, but this is what we've got right now. Accuracy at 380. Now he does do accuracy up, which is up most of the time with him. We do have good critical damage, critical rate, 245 speed, and good defense and good HP as well. We want to try and get much as possible, and this is going to be super build. Now I do have this wearer, which has a 20% damage, 20% chance of dealing 10% more damage when attacking, which is super key. And then Soul Reap, which is mainly for arena, and then the masteries again, which are mainly for arena. There definitely could be better masteries, don't get me wrong, but that's something we'll work with as well. Right, so Negmafar is next. These are the masteries using it for him. In Hydra, again, it could be better. I guess Cycler Magic will probably be better for this content because it's not really built for damage. But we have got Cruelty Blessing. Now, I think you want some cruelty. You want much cruelty as possible, don't get me wrong, but you do want to try and get at least 1 brimstone stack as well. There is like one trial which is good for brimstone. I can't remember which one, but it's one of them. And this is going to be super useful of lowering the max HP. Obviously, he's going to get many turns as possible. No relics yet. That'd be something we might want to work into. I think we'll build him in 9-piece protection next week, but to be honest, he only puts in increased speed, so it's like 9-piece protection for that. I was kind of looking for Feralds because Hex doesn't do anything for this, and I'm actually 1 piece short for a 9-piece Feralds because I think the 9-piece Ferald will probably be the better one to increase my damage on Marius and Gino, which I think would be the main 2 that we want. And then we got Gino next, which will change the blessing for cruelty from Phantom Touch from what's it called, from Finite. Again, these are Finite masteries. He is really important in my Finite team, obviously, as you probably can tell, but these are not the best masteries for this boss. I might try him out with some better masteries next week. We got 1 piece of refresh, but then we also have a 6-piece merciless set. We're not using his A2, so we want to try and maximize from his A3 much as possible. So it can be a bit RNG. So we got good speed, good critical damage. Now I want him to go before Marius to lower the defense of the boss, which I thought might be a good idea, but then we missed an increased defense. Bear in mind that A3's damage comes from max HP, so I'm not too sure which is better. I might play with the speed, see what happens. Then we've got good defense, obviously, and good HP for survivability. You'll want Life Drink on Marius, ideally. And then these are the stuff across the board. Now, I can make these stats better again once we got some oil and some dust. And I'll play these stats and make these stats a lot better. This is probably like one of my best merciless sets as well. Right now, we don't really have anything to use because I've only got this and we're not using allied protection, so there's no point in me using that. So that's going to be something key. And then I think we're just missing the 1 champion, which is going to be Rio Spawn Run. So she is built for Sand Devil and thingy. Sand Devil and Phantom Shogun. So we have Eagle Eye here. We haven't got no War Master. War Master would be slightly a bit better for damage. But obviously I don't want them debust for the Sand Devil, especially for that one. I do have a second one, so I might book out a second one in future and then have 2 different builds because I don't need the brimstone for that, if I'm honest. if I continue using that. So that'll be something we kind of want to look at. For me, Brimstone was a way. You can also go Cruelty as well, Christian Rem from 6-star, or even Natural of Wrath could be a useful one. And again, going for 9 piece protection. We got Accuracy coming in at 499, Speed coming in at 304, Defense and HP could do a bit more HP if I'm being honest. There's definitely some dusting that needs to kind of be played around with as well, because we could do a bit more survivability. Heals are really big. I think she's got one of the best heals in the game, or it feels like it anyway throughout that run. And that's it for the team. Hopefully you enjoy this. Hopefully the video is not too long. I do try and keep them short and sweet. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. If you have any questions or you're interested in a Chimera takeover, my Discord is down in the links. Go ahead and check that out. And I appreciate you guys watching to the end. Again, please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I've been Grim. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.